What if humanity's mirror wasn't a reflection of pride, but a fractured glass revealing our beastly shadows, like the metallic tang of fear in your throat, the distant howl of a caged soul echoing through sterile halls, all foreshadowing the raw ache of belonging in a world that labels you other, much like the outcasts in histories which hunted for daring to exist. Episode 4 of the Darwin Incident, released on January 27, 2026, streaming on Crunchyroll, deepens the winter 2026 arc's exploration of hybrid identity amid societal turmoil, shifting from quiet integration to explosive confrontations. I was haunted by its unflinching gaze, a subtle unraveling that teases deeper fractures without shattering the mystery, like standing in a dim lab, the hum of machines vibrating under your skin, wondering if the next door hides salvation or chains. Have you ever felt that divide, like Victor Frankenstein beholding his creation, curiosity mingling with dread, stemming from episode 3's mounting aggression, where Charlie's attempt at normalcy as a high schooler cracked under public scrutiny and dehumanizing bureaucracy, echoing the isolation in Frankenstein where the monster yearns for acceptance. This installment sees him vanish from school, sparking panic for his foster parents, Hannah and Bart. Alone, Charlie ventures to an ALA hideout, drawn by whispers of his origins, only to face the group's radical agenda that views him as a symbol, not a soul. Tensions boil as Lucy grapples with her role in his exposure, while authorities tighten their grip, culminating in a revelation about his legal property status. It's a tense pivot, blending introspection with pursuit, like the underground escapes in The Shawshank Redemption where freedom tastes bittersweet. Available on Crunchyroll, it leaves you suspended. Will Charlie's quest for truth liberate him, or trap him in others' wars? Imagine the shadows closing in, your footsteps echoing in hidden corridors, heart racing, answers just beyond reach, compelling you to chase the light. The plot uncoils like a predator's stalk, advancing the core narrative of hybrid rights by exposing Charlie's precarious legal limbo and ALA's manipulative grasp. Revelations cut deep. His classification as property stems from childhood trauma, a bullying incident at age 5, where a classmate's father tried to exploit him for profit, per manga chapter 4 Heterosis, by Shun Umezawa, where hybrid vigor amplifies his abilities but underscores vulnerability, clarifying Reddit queries on r/anime about why authorities hesitate. It's not mercy, but bureaucratic inertia tied to experimental ethics. Unlike generic sci-fi handouts, twists emerge in ALA's ideological trap, flipping sympathy to subjugation, reminiscent of real eco-terror plots like the Unabomber's Manifesto. Pacing weaves slow burn dread with sudden surges, balanced yet gripping, no filler, though ex-users at Sangelic noted the 0-100 escalation feels abrupt. Dramatic equilibrium peaks in the hideout face-off, a cliffhanger hinting at origins that could redefine humanity. Addressing cloudy aspects, why does Charlie disappear? Manga volumes 1-2 detail his growing self-awareness. Anime teases it for emotional build-up. Fans on Reddit praise the theme's seriousness but question gore's intensity, yet Umezawa's work frames it as critique of speciesism. From episodes 1-3 setup, birth, fostering, school struggles, this shifts to activism's dark side. R/anime threads highlight the core as philosophical thriller, warning of heavy topics like animal testing. Manga chapters 3-5 explain ALA's evolution from rescuers to extremists, rooted in real Alf inspirations. I delved into sources. Episode 1 hooked with origins, 2-3 built bonds, but for unmasked hypocrisy. X-posts call the legal reveal gut-punching, illuminating the show's essence as a mirror to human flaws, with Charlie's hybridity symbolizing marginalized struggles. Characters fracture like glass under pressure, exposing psyches that bleed authenticity. Charlie, the human teen, bears wounds from erasure, motivated by a hunger for belonging. His solo trek surprises, transformative as he shifts from passive observer to defiant seeker, consistent with dialogues that mask turmoil like a caged animal's stoic gaze. Lucy's growth aches, scarred by guilt over exposure, her choices, confronting fallout, feel surprising yet heartfelt, echoing Anne Frank's hidden diary entries amid persecution. Hannah and Bart embody parental despair, their motivations rooted in protective love, transformative in facing systemic barriers. Themes throb like a wounded heart, interrogating morality's edge. Does empathy empower, or does it exploit in despair's name? It manifests in Charlie's choices, drawn to ALA's cause yet repelled by their chains, akin to abolitionists like Harriet Tubman navigating freedom's perilous paths, where survival demands sacrifice but kindles hope against power's grind. World-building thickens with legal lore on hybrids and ALA's radical history, enriching the near-future universe. Manga details add complexity, like ethical debates on sentience, complicating coexistence like adding thorns to a fragile ecosystem. Dialogue pierces, poetic and raw, sans cliches, lines like Charlie's quiet, "Am I just a symbol?" foreshadow identity's theft, resonating like Martin Luther King Jr. Junior's dreams deferred, heavy with unspoken rage. Envision murmuring them in the hideout's gloom, echoes amplifying isolation. What truths will they unearth next, luring you into the abyss? Under art director Shinpei Temuka, visuals fluidly symbolize alienation. Muted grays and stark reds in suffering scenes evoke emotional voids, shadows engulfing figures to heighten otherness. Fluidity in pursuits contrasts stillness in revelations. Beauty signifying empathy's cruel mirror, crediting visual director for raw impacts. Direction by Nakatsu Suda and Katsuchi Nakayama deploys tight close-ups and jagged edits to mirror inner chaos, amplifying tension like Hitchcock's suspense in Psycho, as if you're fleeing alongside. The soundtrack haunts as a primal cry, Elisa Okahazuma and Mariko Horikawa's dissonant motifs elevating anguish, crescendos and hideouts searing memory. Silence amid legal debates roars louder, like the quiet horror in concentration camp testimonies. Voice acting resonates. Atsumi Tanizaki as Charlie delivers with trembling intensity, her timbre embodying a hybrid's conflicted soul. Kuho Mitsuho as Lucy infuses fragile warmth, capturing ethical turmoil. This episode scarred me with profound unease, the legal reveal sparking wonder at humanity's hypocrisy, yet leaving despair's chill like witnessing Selma's marches. The climax, a collision of ideologies in the hideout, shatters illusions, a breaking point where destinies claw for control. It echoes eternal queries. In evolution's gaze, do we rise with hope or descend into despair? Sense the cage's bars cold against your fingers, howls piercing your core. Haven't you pondered your own place in the chain? Flaws? Pacing surges unevenly, opacity in legal jargon clouds for casuals, but reframe them. The jolts mirror life's abrupt cruelties, like civil rights struggles, sudden violences, thematic choices deepening immersion. Heavy themes overwhelm, Reddit notes, yet they provoke thought. Minor animation dips and crowds disrupt, but sharpen intimate focuses. Ultimately, episode 4 excels in philosophical depth and emotional grip, strong in resonance, weaker in accessibility, yet succeeding as a haunting sci-fi mirror. What if this incident awakens your hidden other? The hybrid calls. Will you answer or let the shadows define you?